Hello, July 10th, 11th, 12th, something like that. In the Villages, Florida. Been golfing a lot, listening to Golf in the Kingdom and Michael Murphy's sequel. I've even started to talk like Chivas Irons. Chivas was a rough man. He hit the ball. Anyway, I'm going to pick that accent up. It's the only place I've been able to verify the stuff I've done since I was 3 years old, where I record in my book that I'm sending to my 5 adopted daughters, who I'm very proud of. They make me feel useful, and I give them the advice that I can, and some of them are even moving over into the more mystical side of life. In fact, one of them, whose name I shall withhold for her privacy, we were talking about the fact that our this is deep, and that's a funny. So Kongzi the Zhongyong, sure, Dong Yue Zhongding, Chong Mai, Du Mai. So I'm on. Let's say I'm on top of I'm on top of the globe. My friends are down at the bottom of the globe. My Tai Chi pole is pointed up in orientation to me and down to the center of the earth. Where else would it be except at the center of gravity? If your center of gravity is aligned with the Tao and the center of earth, then it's going to go right through the center, right out the other side, right through the bottom, the person's, not Bai Hui, but Yun Chen on the bottom of their feet, kidney 1, and also move up through their legs. So the Tai Chi poles are pointing at each other, and then all the Tai Chi poles in the world are all pointed toward the middle. They all converge, and then the great explosion happens, analogous to the Big Bang, and we all go back to where we came from anyway. And so that's star matter. All this is going around in this direction. So Yulang Wei Rao, Yulang Shang. So back to golf. I'm headed to golf. I've had mystical experiences all my life that I can either prove or disprove, and I don't really care whether people believe it or not. But Shivas talks about, and Michael Murphy talks about studying this stuff for years, and mystical stuff has always happened on the golf course. John Daly and Rocco in the British Open, that miracle is well documented. Of course, it doesn't look like a miracle to some. You can hear Michael Murphy talking in his book about the miracle shot, and Nicholas said, where would you ever see that? So my point is, I've been disappearing my body for quite a while through. I do every day with Sadhguru. When I didn't do it, my life would fall apart. When I start doing it again, the Shambhavi Mahamudra, which teaches you to go to the Akashic record, which teaches you to go from the physical side to the mental side, or the spiritual side. Now here's my situation. I'm pretty good spiritually. I'm pretty good physically. In fact, real good, I'd say. Just won some medals in an international tournament. The medals are not the point. The health that comes from it is. Here I am at the park where I live. There's the Baxian Guahai, the trees, the 8 trees. I can feel the energy there. I've gone in there and trained. I'm training with unknown. I won't mention their names again for privacy, but we've we've been attempting to fly. It's not strange to some Tibetans or actually Ken Cohen, the famous Qigong, reports seeing flying outside of Taipei up in the mountains. You can see pictures of it. I have experienced flying partially right outside this car door, hanging on, but that was probably a lucid dream, like all my other lucid hallucinations during the period where I thought I was carrying for Sadhguru. I was carrying a Shiva clone or something like that. I was convinced that I was not convinced. I made a movie with Lance in Harvard. I just continued the dream. I was convinced I was in a movie, but I was not telling the police in St. Augustine. This all won't mean to anybody unless you follow the whole story, but I said there are snipers in this tree because I was protecting this stuff in this car that I had been in the forest for 4 days in Ocala Forest. And so if I sound like the ramblings of a madman, well then, that's on you, because that's just a projection on your part. I know what I experienced. Everything else is on record, including the hospital records. I just got a bill for it. They want me to call them. That means I can get access to my records. I actually took 8 men to hold me down. I hallucinated this was a test, so they strapped me down to a bed, beat the shit out of me, but I cured myself. I brought it all back together just like I did when I died during the car wreck. That's my experience. You die. If your body can hold it, you come back. People die every night in nursing homes, and so I died, I came back, I forgot it all. I remembered it through some processes, and this has been going on and on and on. And it gets better every day. Things become more and more mystical, so this is up to 7 minutes and 31 seconds. I'll just say, it's amazing to me. I've read bits and pieces and talked to people, even devout Taoists and Tai Chi men, people who opened their Renmai, Dumai, their hand channels, their shoulder channels, their, not shoulder, well, I guess they are the shoulder gates. And everybody reports that weird stuff happens in the internal, but you just don't know until you start experiencing it. So, and when you start experiencing what I have, it's called true gravity, where I've hit the ball a couple times and I just disappeared into it. And you learn to hit the ball with yourself, your entire being. I've hit some shots. Yesterday I got a new set of club, but even before that, what did I do? I went to Nancy Lopez, which you can golf on all these courses. I thought you had to pay money. You just have to pay a little extra to be on the really spiffy courses. But in fact, I think I'll go back there now. I hit farther yesterday than I had anywhere ever with every one of my clubs, just by relaxing more. And that's a good sign. That's a good time to stop this. And I'm going to put it on YouTube and see what happens. So far on YouTube, I've got enough raw footage here to make 50 movies, and I hadn't done anything because I don't give a shit about it anymore. And I do care what people think about me. I want people's respect, of course, but if you know me and you think I have bad intentions, then I don't. Okay, bottoms up. I'll talk to you later.